anyway, so while I was working just a touch on my lighthouse, my sky definitely needs work. My lighthouse needs work. So I thought I'd just get on and just fix things and hang out for a little while. Welcome, Spencer Caswell, 13. Oh, thanks for the follow. I will check you out and follow you back. I may already follow you on Melody Gleason account, but I'm also Kindred Spirit, and Cape Charles Art is my studio. So any of those, that's me. I'm trying to consolidate, but I just keep getting more and more spread out. So, all right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be working with a little bit of everything today. I'm going to be working with some unicorn spit. It's a gel stain. A lot of people are not familiar with it. I'm very surprised because it's a fabulous product. You can do fairy boxes, fairy wood with it really easy just by dampening your wood and then putting this straight on it and then taking a sponge and swiping it. And you can do variation colors. It's just absolutely fabulous, very fantasy-like, very cool. Or you can add it to your acrylics or your pouring mediums and use it like an acrylic paint, even though it's a stain. You can mix it in with your alcohol inks and come up with some very cool paint flows and colors. So it's a neat product, and I recommend you guys get it if you can. All right, so back to the sky. I've got issues with my sky, so I think I'll start there. But what I'm trying to do is tone it down a little bit because I got a little carried away with my colors. But when you put resin, which is my plan, over your box lid, it does darken it. So you do want some bright and some light highlights. So there's that. My sister in Kentucky came up with the idea of trying to kind of a likeness in those paintings, so that like this could be on the table and that could be on above the dresser or something like that. You know what I'm saying? They matchy, but not like totally, but just a little. And that was done with spackling and stuff. So, welcome. So anyway, that is the plan today, is to tone this puppy down a little bit so it just does not offend me when I look at it. I hope you got your paints and that you're going to join me in painting today and just hang out, have fun. So I'm going to start with some white, but I don't want to do the cheaper whites. These are great for mixing and all that, all the little, you know, apple barrel or whatever. They're really good when you're blending and everything, but sometimes you want just a little bit more oomph in your paint color. And so in that case, you might want to go to a heavy body paint. And that's where I'm going now. Welcome. Now I've got black. I don't want black. I want white. Let's see. Okay, well here's, ooh, I love this color. This one, this is a weird color. It's called Fawn. I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, it's a really cool color to play with on beachy stuff or on portraits or making a pathway. It's kind of like my second go-to outside of yellow ochre. Love that color. Welcome. All right, so I'm just going to find some sort of a palette, and usually I just use little lids. Let me get one. These little caps. I'm just going to scrape some of this out, put it right in the cap. It's pretty thick. I don't know, can you guys hear me okay? I think I have my volume up, but I'm not exactly sure. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. All right, so what I want to do for the first part is just add a little bit more white in the sky. It's just so dark yellow. But I don't want it like in one chunk, you know, I just want it here and there, kind of showing up like little wispy clouds here and there. Happy little clouds. Do the Bob Ross thing here. So this is, you know, just the idea of beginning to tone it down slightly. I do like the highs and lows, the different variations of colors in here, so I don't want to go crazy with this white, but it was just too much, I felt. And the nice thing is, if I do go crazy with the white, which is likely, I can always go back over it again and add some more dark. Yes, you can hear me. Thank you so much, Alexandra. Appreciate you so much. It's so weird not doing a, having a moderator or whatever. So I want to add a little bit of yellow. I know, I'm trying to tone it down, then I'm adding yellow, but so. And just dip it into that same brush. My white. Oh, I like that. It's just so weird. You just never know what's going to happen until you do it. That's what I love about painting. It's so cool. And every painting is different. Everyone. Even if you try to do the same thing, it just still doesn't work. I don't anyway. Okay. Well, my lighthouse, it would be better if my lighthouse was not yellow-orange as well. So let me see if I can do something about that right fast. So is anybody out there painting? Hey, Perfect. We've been having these art and paint and spackle parties for these treasure boxes. And so all of April I've dedicated to creating treasure boxes. I've got several over there. And I've got one that I'm still working on here that is this little guy. And that is unicorn spit. Isn't it gorgeous? So yeah, if you don't have any, I would recommend getting it. It's very, very cool product. So back to my white, and I'm just going to start messing with my lighthouse a little bit because I was laughing with my sister this morning. It looked like a rocket ready to blast off. So I'm not going to touch the top part yet. I think I'm just going to put some white going down the front of my lighthouse. Just a little. I kind of like the yellowy look that's going on there. Just because the sun reflecting on it might give it that little yellow glow. So I don't want to take all of that out, but I certainly don't want a yellow popsicle looking thing stuck on a rock. That's what it looks like, so that's my thought. And back to the white on the front again. Just keep playing back and forth with colors. That's really all it is. Just keep adding layers. Not really concerned about the side of the box, obviously, yet. But my sis, who's been working, one of them, who has been working on her box, she's almost done with it. She's almost ready to do the resin on top. She's like Speedy Gonzalez. Welcome. So I have a long ways to go, sadly. Well, that's all right. Let's put some white down at the water. I like doing the highlights on the water, but then I get some done and then I'm like, oh, I want to change this. So then I got to add highlights all over again. That's all right. Whatever. I think every time you add it, it just continues to add to it. Or that doesn't make much sense. I think you know what I'm talking about. I don't know. All right, let me show you where I'm at. Hold on. I guess that blue is going to have some white going over it because it's splashing over the rock is what in my mind anyway, that's what's happening over here. Put some gold down there also. Just throwing all sorts of different colors on it. But, okay, so there it is so far. And that's just regular spackling. And it's also the lightweight. So if you've never worked with spackling before, you can go ahead and buy, like I've got these over here. Let me show you right fast. All right, so you can buy the Winsor Newton acrylic medium structure paste. And it dries white, or, and this is something like 15, 21, something like that, dollars. Or you can buy your spackling, especially if you're going to seal it with liquid glass or resin, and do the same thing for $1. So, you know, I do save these and use these for other things, but when I know I'm going to put resin over it or liquid glass, then this is absolutely fabulous. This is the kind that starts off pink and then turns to white when it's fully dry. So that helps. And it says don't paint on it until it's dry, but when you're doing a treasure box and you're not like doing your walls or something, you can go ahead and paint on it. I painted both on wet spackling and dry spackling, and it comes out different either way. So, but it's all cool, and it'll eventually dry, and then you, after it fully dries, then you'll put your resin or your liquid glass on. So anyway, that is the regular, and then this is the lightweight. And I got this at the Dollar General, and it's fabulous. Let me show you what I've been doing with it a little bit. I don't want yellow in my brush, so let me get something. Okay, so I just been getting my tip of my brush wet and then dipping it into the spackling. Hey Randall, did you get your tire fixed? And then you can take your spackling on your wet brush and just like pretend that it's ocean foam. See how that works? And you'll resin over that or seal it with your liquid glass or spray, and it will stay just like that. It's a very cool medium. You'll just mold it any which way you want, as if it's coming up and over that rock. And then what's really cool is after you've done that and it's nice and dry, you can go ahead and use your fancy Dries Clear gloss and brush that over it so it's very watery looking, very realistic looking. Hey Joshy! Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's kind of a mess right now. I'm not happy with it, but it's still in process. I'm just trying to push that back so it looks like a wave coming over a rock. And I'm using just the tip of a damp brush to do that. I'm using the whole paper towel roll, just one of those days. The truck tire fixed. Oh, thanks, Randall. You just became my #1 viewer again, as always. So, are you painting there, Josh? All right, I really like that. I'm just washing over this one main rock with water. Just getting that spackling that I just put on to make sure it sets in there. Because it's just this section right there. And I want it to be like stuck. I like it. So I just made a nice little wash and let it drip down over it. And I'm going to leave that part alone for a second. Go back over to my lighthouse. And I think I'd like to start shaping that top part a little bit more. And I'm going to use a knife. Thank you. Thanks so much. And I'm just going to pull down some areas of that lighthouse that I don't like off of the light area. I'm digging it. Sweet. Yeah, I was kind of devastated when I first started working on it this morning or whenever it was. And I thought, okay, if I'm going to mess this up, I'll just go ahead and mess it up in front of everybody and fix it in front of everybody, because if they're working on it, they're probably ending up with some of the same issues. So anyway, that's what I thought. I'd just pop on for a half hour or so. And I'm just taking off some spackling that away from the very tip top of the lighthouse where the light is supposed to be, to kind of make a difference in the structure of it visually. And I'll show you just one sec. Don't know if you can really see it. But it's that top part where the light is going to be. I'm just trying to make it, shave it down a little bit. You need to fix your octopus. Oh my gosh, did you do the masking fluid thing? What's going on? That is a gorgeous piece. I'm almost like amazed. Randall, do you follow Joshy? Or I don't know how it's Josh Your Art, something like that. Anyway, go check out that octopus. It's crazy cool. You'd love it if you haven't seen it already. Okay, so I'm going to dip my little palette knife in black because I want to kind of start getting the structure of my railing around the lighthouse and the walkway type of a thing that I want to put up there. And so I'm using some unicorn spit gel stain because it's very thin. There isn't any of that acrylic bonding in it. So, but that's okay because I'm just putting it right on my spackling, and that's going to be sealed later. So, but you are now. Sweet. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Decided to cut it up, cut out the octopus, and cut out a bunch of other shapes. Oh my gosh, I love that. It's total mad science. It's gonna be cool. It's scary, but fun. So that's neat. Okay, so let me see. I had a little tiny spatula that might work really nice for this lighthouse situation. Well, Josh, Randall is into oils, and it's amazing. You gotta check his stuff out. Landscapes, seascapes, all those. Even a flying mermaid out of the water, which is fabulous. All right, so I've got a little broken spatula that I've kept, and that tip that broke off is really great for just little tiny detail work. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to put black bars up in the light section. So let me just see if I can do that, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And I just dip into the black, really thin unicorn spit. And remember, people are going to be looking at this when it's like under resin. So it doesn't have to be, you know, perfection as far as, you know, if it's correct or whatever. It's the idea of a lighthouse that we're working towards. We don't have a 3D printer. We're just doing it freehand and fun. Nothing wrong with 3D printers, I'm just saying. Let me show you what I've done. I'm just trying to get the idea. Oh, sweet, guys. I'm glad you guys are connecting. Thank you. Yeah, isn't that cool? It's very cool. All right, so that was my rail for right now. I might go ahead and make more, but I'm not sure. And I definitely, before I seal this, I want to make sure that I've put glow in the dark, and it's kind of like the glow in the dark that uses the UV light to make it shine. What's it called? It's not neon, is it? It's just ultraviolet paint. So when you hit it with the UV light, it will glow like the lighthouse is glowing. So I will do that before I resin that, because it's always a fun surprise to say, oh, you like that? Check this out. And then hit it with a light and they're like, ooh. Is this sculpted onto the canvas? Are you talking about this being sculpted, Josh, onto the canvas? This is just spackling. I'm not sure if you're talking to me. Yes. Yeah, it's just spackling on wood. And we're making treasure boxes. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is spackling as well on wood. And then we resined it. And then that's all resin. So that's what we're doing. And then this one is not the spackling. It's epoxy sculpt. And it's the little fisherman guy. That's a pretty cool box. And then that's the inside. It's just mad science around here. All of these guys that show up to the live are starting to do treasure boxes, which I'm absolutely thrilled. This is the unicorn spit under just the liquid glass product. It's not resin. But then I've got epoxy sculpt dragon and rocks in there. And that's all under resin. Isn't it cool? Yeah, it's just fun. They're neat because, you know, you can start a box and then keep doing other stuff, and when you get tired of working with the other, then you can sit down at your treasure box and just play on it for a while, you know. Just keep it going. Always have a box going somewhere. They're cool gifts, that's for sure. The resin in the liquid glass, the resin is like rock hard when you're done. After it fully cures, much better seal, thanks for asking. The liquid glass is, now I can't find it on Amazon anymore. Look, I've just totally trashed it. But that's what it looks like. And really what it actually is like a thick pouring medium. So it's got all, it's acrylic based and it's just clear. You can add your paints and gels and even your powder pigments to it, or you can just use it to coat something and seal it. And you can use it over spackling and it'll seal just fine. But if you want it to really be sturdy and last, then I would recommend, like especially on canvas, I would recommend if you're spackling to go ahead and put it on resin over it, because it'll just, they're just super sturdy. But I've done both. It just depends. I hope you do make a box, Josh. Yeah, I've got boxes stacked over there that I haven't even started on yet. So, oh my gosh, I gotta tell you, I've got one. Let me go grab it. You'll like it. And could you imagine you doing an octopus, like tentacles coming up out of the box like that? I mean, wouldn't that be cool? And then like underneath, you could just keep it going. Like I've got the tail of the dolphin underneath. And I've got like sea turtle or something down there. Hard to see. But I can just see you doing stuff like this. It's just fabulous. And this section of water is resin and gels. That's all that is. And the little dolphin is Sculpey. Okay. All right, Randall. Hey, Grat. Welcome. We're just talking treasure boxes. Everybody's going to be doing their own thing. I can't wait to see them. It's going to be great. All right, back to my lighthouse. I'm struggling with that. I need to put a couple windows in just for my own sanity here, so I'm going to put them in with a little razor knife thingy, whatever this is called. It's not a razor knife. Not sure what it is. But I'm digging it out with it. And the next one. Just kind of stair-stepping around the side of the lighthouse with my windows. It's all about however you want it to look. It's not right, not wrong, doesn't matter. And then one last one way over here at the very edge, just the idea that there's a window there. And you can detail as much as you want of these boxes, or as little. You keep one around and you keep going back to it and just keep detailing it to death. I love that. Thanks for the likes, you guys. All right, and I think I'm going to dig out my lighthouse just a little bit more because I want to put the idea of some actual steps in there. So usually I do that with this little knife and then take the edge of this little knife, dip it into my black or whatever color, and make the little steps. And that's what I'm going to try and do right now. And I'll show you if it works. I'll show you. If it doesn't, I'll wipe it out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so like right now that really didn't work. I've got black in there, but it's not where I wanted it. So here we are. Another situation you got to work through. That's all the joy of painting though. But let me show you what happened. It's just a big black hole on the side of my lighthouse, so. She is busy. Everybody's busy. Yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and put black in my windows and in my door for now. and let that dry. And then I can go back and put that glow-in-the-dark paint later. That'll make it glow. Thank you so much, Grat. Your stuff is cool too. It's just, everybody is so, I just love the art community here because I don't think there's a lot of people like trying to do the same thing. You know, we can all do the same, we can all look at, say, the stingray that Randall paints, and they would all be different if we all tried to do one. And that's what I love about this art community. It's just they all do it their own way, and it's fabulous. All right, so my lighthouse is getting a little bit better. Pretty happy with that. So I'm not sure about, all right, I got about 20 minutes. I'm not sure about my sky. I'm having issues. Any artists out there, Randall, Josh, Grat, see my yellow sky? I keep putting white over it and it fades it, but I'm still not happy. Do you have any recommendations, anybody, on this? Hey, Kyra. Thanks, Randall. And I'm like, how do I fix this? Help me. Randall, you do skies, clouds all the time. Come on, man. I just keep, I don't know. I can't land on, okay, I like that sky. So it's just beginning to be a little, frustrating. All right. But I do like the way the lighthouse is coming, so. We'll see. Whatever. I'm going to put some gray on the top of the lighthouse, some little black and gray. Because I want it to have a little cap of some sort. Whoops. Not a lot. Just an idea. Clouds raised. Tell us all to make one thing out of the same materials. We'd all come out different. That is so true. That is so cool. Oh, you mean like fluffy clouds, like make them out of spackling, Randall? Oh, that's such a cool idea. If that's what you're talking about. It's getting there. It's gonna end up looking like a prison guard thing, prison tower pretty soon. Yes, yes. All right. All right, let's put some spackling clouds. That would be fun. Let me try the lightweight just because I'm scared. I just usually just dip it in water and start applying. Yep, you're right. Oh my gosh, just for a second. Look at this. Just the idea already, I'm totally happy with. I mean, yeah, we're still gonna have to fix it, but Thank you. This is why we have art friends, Randall. All right. No. No, not yet. It's not ready yet. It's not working. It's getting closer, but I keep blending the fire out of it. So I need to just let it dry for a little bit. But yeah, that is definitely the answer. Thank you so much, Randall. And I do like the height that the clouds are going to have because of that. So yay, I'm excited. Yeah, that's it. Let me grab just a little bit more. Wonder if that'll work with putting this on like this. I don't know. I'm just trying everything. Hold on. The trusty fan brush. Well, it needs color because it's obviously just all one color, but you kind of get the idea. I think it'll work. Eating your lunch up? Nothing, Grat. You didn't miss a thing. I'm still messing with the Spackling cloud. Randall's idea, and it is going to work. I absolutely love it. So, but I'm just going to let it sit there and think about what it wants to be and how pretty it's going to be. Because I don't want to mess with it right now. I really like the shape of it and the placement. Gosh, it's just, I don't even know if I want to add anything to it. It's starting to soak up all the colors. Whoopsie. Can't help but get my fingers in all of it. But yeah, I think I'm really gonna like that whole. Definitely have to smooth it down. There's the cloud. Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of movement in it now. All those streaks and stuff I'll have to get rid of, but I really like it. Oh my gosh. And now I know that I'm going to be doing on my next box, I'm going to be making clouds with spackling as well. Thank you very much. I'm excited. Thank you. All right. Well, I think that's all I'm going to do today because I've got a ton of stuff to do. But I'm going to be on here tomorrow at 11:30, 11:55-ish, something like that. So Tuesdays and Thursdays is, I think, what's going to work for me. So hopefully if I can get 2 days that are from like 11:55 to unending, then people will know when we're doing the treasure boxes, and if they want to participate, they can. So that's what I'm going to be doing. We'll see how it works as far as schedules, but anyway, but I'm glad that Josh connected with Randall. That's awesome. Grat, I'm happy that you showed up. You love it. Thank you. Get yourself a box. I got a ton of them. I wish I could share them. But you can find them anywhere, Hobby Lobby, Amazon, whatever. And it doesn't have to be like this huge, humongous type of box, just any box. But Sherry's working on a cigar box that she got at Walmart or someplace. And it's turning out cool, and it's a nice big box to work on. So I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody comes up with. But anyway, thank you guys. Thanks for jumping on here and visiting and all. Be blessed. Love and light to y'all. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow at maybe 11:55. Okay, bye.